Greetings everyone, Tarot from the Divine here with your weekly tarot reading. This will be for today, June 8th through Saturday, June the 14th. But please remember that all these readings are timeless. So even though I'm doing the reading for this week, it can actually appear or manifest at a later time, or it could have already begun to manifest, and I'm just now picking up on the energy. So just remember that this is the energy, but I do put some sort of a timeline on it. But, you know, again, these are timeless readings. So thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate you, each and every one. Thank you for following me, subscribing, sharing the videos. It really does help the channel. And with that, let's get into it and see what the subject matter is going to be for this coming week. Oh boy. All right. So the first one we have is Toil and Labor, and it came out in the reverse. So I don't typically read these cards in the reverse except when they flip out like that. And then we have the Lovers. So toil and labor in the reverse could be that someone is leaving a toil and labor job, or they don't want to be at their toil and labor job, or something like that. And we'll figure it out with the rest of the cards once we get going with those. Okay, what else, Spirit? What else for the coming week? For this week's energy. Okay. We've got sudden wealth. Move that up there. There we go. Okay. And then thief and mature man. All right. So let's see what we've got going on here. What about this toil and labor in the reverse? What do we got going on with that, Spirit? We've got the Lovers, and it's interesting that the Lovers is the next card. So we have the Lovers, which is perfect harmony and choices. It's a Gemini influence, and it's follow the wisdom of your heart. So someone's heart may be telling them not to do this toil and labor job, either not to accept it or not to pursue it any longer. What else about that, Spirit? Okay. We have two cards flipped out. One is the Tower in reverse. So there's a change that can have a dramatic impact, but trying to avoid the inevitable, or tearing something down and rebuilding it. So, you know, leaving a job would do that. And then we have the Ten of Wands, taking on too much of responsibility or burden. So perhaps this toil and labor job is too much of a burden on the relationship. What else? Okay, we've got Knight of Wands. So this could be an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. It's a younger energy. It doesn't mean that the person is necessarily young, but they have a young energy, or they are okay. So this job may be getting in the way of the relationship. And if it's a younger energy, they may be impulsive in wanting to leave it, or there may be some type of an energy that is impatient. is the word I'm looking for. So this is goals, creativity, and passions. So this could be actually a younger person. This could be someone that it's a summer job and the job is getting in the way of their relationship and stuff that they want to do. And they want to leave the job, but if they leave the job, then it's going to upset, I heard, the apple cart. So someone may be acting spontaneously or impulsively towards this job that they don't like, and that's fine, but the prevailing advice would be to have another job available before you jump out of this one. Then we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Now, queens are about feelings, relationships, and self-expression. And so in the reverse, yeah, this person doesn't like to listen to others. They could be controlling or aggressive, kind of nitpicky. And it is wands. So this person could be a bit of a diva or a prima donna about this job. So, if you do that too much, then the choice of the job may not be yours any longer. They may choose to not have you work there anymore. Anything else about this one, Spirit? Okay. Then we have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, someone's being overconfident, egotistical, insensitive. They might even be a bit deceitful. And this is thoughts, communication, and logic. So again, this is a young energy. Could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Doesn't have to be. But they may be, yeah, they're being not very mature on this job. Okay, what about this Lovers? We've got the Eight of Pentacles. You reap what you sow in this relationship. And remain open to acquiring new skills to help with your future job success or your future relationship success. So maybe this job is wanting you to learn something new, and you don't think you should have to be doing it, but it could be to help you further your career. What else, Spirit? So it kind of sounds like this actually needs to go over here, and it did flip over here. Okay, so what about the Lovers? Okay, we've got a Five of Swords. And it's in the reverse. So if there's been a fight, there's an end coming to that. So someone, they may be fighting over this job. And it may not be the person who's in the job that's causing the conflict. It could be the other party involved in the relationship causing the conflict, saying that, you're never around, and they want them to quit. What else, Spirit? What else about this Lovers? So this is the Ten of Swords in the reverse. In the upright, it's someone that is betraying you and all of that. But in the reverse, there's a path to safety and a solid rebound or solid ground. And this is thoughts, communication, and logic. So whatever, yeah, the conflict is going to be ending, and um, the betrayal or someone's feeling betrayed, that's going to end as well. What else, Spirit? All right, so we have the Four of Swords in the reverse. Or no, it's the Four of Swords. I was saying reverse because of the cat. So, yeah, it's a chance to rest, relax, and recharge. So maybe there's a vacation or something coming up. I don't see travel yet. It's about structure and stability. And it could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius influence. And it's thoughts, communication, or logic. So if this person leaves this job, this could be a chance to get the relationship back on the right track. And then we have the moon in the reverse. So secrets are going to be revealed, which could bring about fear, confusion, some unhappiness. And it's to be guided by messages from your unconscious. So if you're having dreams or something like that, it's a Pisces influence, and it signifies a crisis of faith, deep emotions, or secrets. So yeah, there's some sort of a secret that's going to be revealed. So it could be something about the job, or it could be something about the relationship that is going to be revealed as to why there's been conflict. And it's clear that there's conflict in this relationship. What else, Spirit? Anything? Okay, what about this sudden wealth? We've got the High Priestess, which is intuition, secrets, and clarity. So that's the second time that secrets has come out. And the moon is revealing secrets, and the sudden wealth, with the High Priestess, explore your spiritual side. And it's governed by moon and water. So it's based off of intuition. So the sudden wealth, the sudden wealth could be, someone could have some type of sudden wealth, and they haven't revealed it to their partner yet. And maybe that's why they're wanting to leave their job, is because, maybe they've hit some kind of a jackpot, or they've received some kind of an inheritance or something, and they haven't told their partner yet. And so their partner is upset because they're leaving this job, and, how are the bills going to get paid, and how is all this going to happen? And once they leave the job, then this is going to get better. The relationship is going to get better. But the secret hasn't been revealed yet. So, there may be a surprise coming up. What else about this sudden wealth, Spirit? We've got the Ace of Swords again. Here comes some truth. See, the Knight of Swords typically in the upright is a bringer of truth, but in the reverse, it could be keeping some type of a secret, or not telling the whole truth, or not telling the truth at all. And here we have the Ace of Swords, which is new ideas or thoughts or plans. It can also be the truth. But new beginnings or opportunities comes with this sudden wealth. So maybe somebody's got a new job that is very high paying. Now we have the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. In the upright, the Nine of Pentacles is contentment with your material possessions, your material life, you know, your job, your career, your health, your money, you know, you're content with all that. But when it's in the reverse, you may be trying too hard with this sudden wealth. You may, and it could end up that you lose everything if you don't get your ego in check. And remember, we were talking about ego back over here too, that someone is being egotistical, you know, which in tarot it would be, you know, full of yourself and, you know, showing too much, kind of strutting around and all of that. So what else, Spirit? Elaborate on that. Was there one turned around? No. Okay. We've got the Knight of Cups in the reverse. So it could affect your relationship, because Cups is about emotions, relationships, and spiritual matters. And it could be, and Knights sometimes bring messages, and it's a younger energy, it's an immature energy, and it could be unfulfilled dreams, disappointment. There could be some manipulators, jealousy, and drama. And this could be another energy coming in that's trying to basically take what you've got. Okay. And then we have the Five of Cups, which is, again, disappointment, sadness, endings. You know, all that they can focus on is back here, the empty bowls, when right in front of them, there's a couple of bowls that still have, you know, crumbs in them, and that is a reminder to look to your friends and family as a bridge to move forward. So, yeah, this sudden wealth is bringing disappointment, because someone is possibly thinking that they're too good to do this job now. And if they don't get that into check, they could end up blowing it or something like that, to where they lose everything, and then they're back over here with the Tower in the reverse and all of that. What about this Thief card? We've got the Sun in the reverse. Yeah, so someone could be using this to wound or harm someone else. Because the Sun in the upright is a very positive card. I mean, you know, it's optimism, success, good health, holiday. It's, you know, and this is about growth and recovery. And someone may go overboard if they get this sudden wealth. They may go overboard and alienate those around them. What else, Spirit? How many do we have here? 2. Okay. So, Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. The Queen of Pentacles in the upright is someone who is nurturing, supportive, strong, successful. They have a hands-on approach. Could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, their earth sign. And it's about money, material possessions, career, and health. But in the reverse, this person is unhappy. They can be greedy. They can be selfish. The rewards that they're seeing are not materializing. Whatever they're trying to manifest is not materializing. Yeah, so under the Thief, like I said, this could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. And they could be coming in and trying to influence this sudden wealth. Or it could be you self-sabotaging, stealing from yourself by, thinking that you're above all of this. Now that you have some money, you're thinking that you're too good for this. All right, so then we have the Five of Wands in the reverse. So someone needs to work together in harmony to end the conflict. And you may just have to agree to disagree. You don't have to say, okay, you're right. You don't have to admit fault or anything like that. Agree to disagree, but you need to end the conflict. What else, Spirit? Anything else about this Thief card? Thief energy, because otherwise you're robbing yourself of the pleasure. So in actuality, you're the thief in your own life. Six of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, stuck in the past. You've got to let it go. In the upright, it's about nostalgia and happy memories and, reunions with family and friends and all of that. In this instance, yeah, someone's stuck in the past or they're holding a grudge. You've got to let it go. You've outgrown people and things that used to define you. Anything more? Yeah, so you are robbing yourself of this pleasure. This isn't another energy. This is whoever this reading is for. And please only remember to take this if it resonates with you, or if it resonates with you for someone else, then share this reading with them so that they can, get the message and maybe it will resonate with them. So now, what about this mature man? And a mature man can be a father, grandfather, uncle, boss, something like that. So what about this mature man? Okay. So first we have the Two of Wands in the reverse. And twos are about partnerships and balance. And in the reverse, this is fear of a decision, which could cause delays in your progress. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is success earned, maintaining a good relationship, and bring returning affection. And then the Eight of Cups, someone's feeling restless, and it's either time to go with the flow or move on. And what you seek is already available to you. This could all be wisdom coming from this mature man. Kind of like fish or cut bait. You've got to make a decision on what you're going to do. And then we have the Eight of Cups, or the Seven of Cups, I'm sorry, overwhelming choices. You have to be honest with yourself as you look over your options. And, You have to see things as they are and trust your intuition. Don't be fooled by illusions. Someone could be trying to give you illusions, or you could be even giving yourself the illusions, by going around being uh, I don't want to say snooty, um, going around and with the sudden wealth that kind of went to your head, maybe, or it's going to go to your head, and so you're going to go around being too good for stuff, and that's all a self illusion. The only one you're fooling is yourself, and you need to get out of that energy and take a look at things how they really are. Is this job really not good enough for you, or are you just, you may not necessarily like it, but it's what you applied for. Don't rob yourself of the opportunities. You're getting in your own way here. Anything else, Spirit? The Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Yeah, spinning out of control. You've got to get that big head into under control, because you're going to start spinning out of control and you're going to lose everything. So, there's the saying, check yourself before you wreck yourself. What else, Spirit? And this may be a harsh message for someone, and I will not apologize for being upfront and honest. I tell the truth. I tell what the cards tell me. So, it may be a hard message for someone to hear, but if it helps them, and if it helps them get over themselves and get back down to earth and get more grounded, and the ability to save, their relationship, their finances, take advice, and quit being in their own way, then so be it. Anything else, Spirit? Okay. So now we're going to go to we're going to do some What's the Tea cards, which is an oracle. And we may be able to get some of the underlying energies, maybe the reasons why some of this is happening, Okay. What about this toil and labor? Okay, that one wants to come out. Crying over you, sad, hurt, and upset. So someone is upset with the relationship the way it is, and they feel hurt. That's too many, Spirit. Divination abuser. Someone's trying to see, they're following divination either on you or on their relationship or on their job or on money, and they're making their decisions strictly based off of divination. And all divination is a tool, maybe to help you understand the situation. It should never be used as a concrete decision-making tool, because every decision you make can completely change these cards. Okay? These cards are not set in stone. This is just the current energy as it is, and if nothing changes. If you change something, then the cards will change. They will reflect it. So, don't ever use it as that's the only decision maker for you. We've got a forcer, forces things on you, forces their way in, uses force to get what they want. Stalker, stalking, watching, obsessed. And then child services, kids at risk of being taken or is about to, reporting something, neglect or abuse. I don't really feel like these exactly fit, so I'm going to put them back in the deck. They just kind of flipped out. So maybe it's something that, you know, Spirit wanted you to kind of be aware of, but it's not really part of the reading. And again, we have thief. Robbed, lost, theft, physical or emotional. So someone is being a thief either to their relationship or to their job. It can be a physical thing, or again, it can be emotional theft. Someone feels like their time is being stolen from their relationship. That was the first card that popped out, was the Lovers. So someone feels like they're being robbed of their relationship and because of their job. And so that is getting them, that's getting them off track. They need to get that back under control. Jackpot. Winning money, got rich, inheritance, unexpected money. Under the Lovers. Actually, this could go under here. This thief can go here under the Lovers, because I did say that it feels like a relationship, feels like something is being robbed. And then we have jackpot under the sudden wealth. What else, Spirit, about this sudden wealth? Anything? Okay, what about this thief? Okay. First thing I see is drama starter. Then I see scarcity tactics. So scarcity tactics are, you know, they're going to make themselves scarce. They might ghost you for a while or something like that, just to get you to comply with their wishes. You know, so they're going to start stealing your time or stealing your energy and wasting time, stuck, no changes, limited. And then hooked. They're trying to get you hooked on something. Or maybe you're hooked on they're hooked on themselves and they want to get you hooked on them too because they're so wonderful. And then what about this mature man? Always partying. So that could be one of this mature man's, you know, with this sudden wealth and this jackpot, someone could be always partying. And I feel like this mature man is an advice giver. So I get the feeling it's like, you know, a grandfather or an uncle or, you know, someone that you go to for advice. And they're bringing that up as well. Ugh. Threw it on the floor. Thanks, Spirit. Marrying for money. Okay. This could be the partner of this sudden wealth, or that could be the reason that someone is going to get sudden wealth and hit the jackpot, is they're going to marry into a wealthy family. And so they don't want to do this job anymore. They want to get married to someone who has money. And then, you know, they'll be set for life in their eyes. since this is a collective reading, I am, I may sound kind of wishy-washy, but I have to cover all the options as much as I can. So, like I said, this whole reading may not resonate with somebody, but parts of it may. And that's just how it is with a collective reading. So, let's see, what else? Okay. So we're going to be done with that. So now we're going to do ancestors, yeah. Let's get some advice from the ancestors. I thank you all for being here and listening to this reading, taking time out of your schedule, out of your day. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know when I upload. Share with your friends and family. This reading is always done with the intention of, if it shows up in your feed, chances are there's a message in here for you somewhere. And if you are at this point, please go ahead and comment with a green heart in the comments below so that I know that that someone has watched all the way to the end. Okay. So let's just pick out of the middle somewhere. And we've got the loner, isolation and introspection, which is what someone may need to do. Let's see here. 9. See what it says. And here's the card. Be still and know. The answers you seek are within. You are entering a time of deep self-reflection. Take a step back. Distance yourself from petty people, dramas, and issues. Between social media and obligations, the world can feel nonstop. The innermost cave holds the gold. The guru is within. A moment of solitude holds gems for you. This is not a time to plow forward. Take a beat and withdraw. The loner depicts an elder from the Karo people of Ethiopia. By keeping to themselves, the artistic and beautifully adorned Karo people have been able to maintain their way of life for over 500 years. There is strength to be gained from taking time away from others. For some of your ancestors, being alone with their thoughts was the last thing they needed. My child, allow yourself to take time when needed. And then the shadow aspect, which is the reverse, but I generally read it because it could apply to someone. You are feeling isolated and alone. Insanity has been defined as doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So why do you keep doing the same thing over and over again? You are a hot mess right now. Allow yourself to have love and friendship in your life to balance the busy voices in your mind. And the tarot correspondence is the Hermit, and the declaration is, I trust my inner voice. And it is said 2 or 3 times throughout this reading to trust your intuition and your inner voice. So that's your reading. Thank you all for being here. I truly appreciate you. And hey, until next time, have a great day.